Good evening and welcome to this amazing track of PMPO. As you must have seen the earlier recording, an earlier batch, earlier session, we were discussing in detail about the 5 phases of project management. Okay. So before we get started and continue on this journey, I just want to know, is there anyone who is joining for the first time today?
Yes, I am one under the name of Milind. I am joining first time.
Okay, this is your first day, Milan?
Yes, that's my first time today.
Yeah, first of all, a warm welcome to you to this, Guru School's amazing track that is project management, Agile SAFe. And this is our typical ritual when somebody new joins, that there are a couple of things we would like to know about you. So give me 1 second. Can I request everyone to go on mute? Suchita, Vikas, there is some background noise coming. Yes. So, Milind, we would like to know a few details about you, like where are you based out of currently? Where are you from? Educational background, and if you have any related, non-related work experience that you would like to share. And apart from that, anything interesting that you want all of us to know about you, that would be great. So, yes, please go
Yes,
ahead.
sure. So my name is Milind, and actually, currently, I have recently graduated. Like I have completed my master's in business administration from Florida Institute of Technology, and
Nice.
I'm on a right now like a EAD card. Means I'm on a that OPT period basically. And I have
Mm-hmm.
prior to that, I have worked with in the hospitality industry for almost 10 years, where I have
Great.
managed the operations and the customer satisfaction. And apart from that, like currently I'm based in Virginia, and
Mm-hmm.
like I'm actively searching for the job as well. But I know the job market is really brutal, so I think so I would like to upgrade my skills so that I can easily
Mm-hmm.
transform to the another field, the IT and project management.
Okay. And you're from where, Milind, originally?
I am from Delhi originally in India.
Okay, Delhi. Nice, nice. Okay. So first of all, thank you so much for sharing these details. And it's honestly really good to know that you're from a different, industry, different background. See, what happens and why we ask these basic questions is we like to know what kind of blend we have, right? Now, when you're saying you have 10 years of experience in hospitality, that's a great addition to our knowledge base, right? So whenever we give some example, we ask for some references or we ask for some views, we would get your view from a different domain, different industry, different experience set, right? So that really helps. And second and most important part, I just wanted to highlight, not only for Milan, but for everyone, is that it's my genuine and sincere request. Please do not use any harsh and negative adjectives to the placement and job opportunity market. Okay, you just used the word brutal, and I just thought I'll give you a little note on that. So yes, there are plenty of opportunities, and there is your profile. We just have to come to a level that your profile and the opportunities match. Okay, so this is more or less like a matching process or a matching game. Apart from that, we ensure at Guru Schools that everybody is well equipped to get a job and to get placed. Okay, so that is our responsibility, and we just need your dedication and your, I would say, support in that. Okay, everything fine with that? Everybody okay? Yes, no,
Yeah.
nobody has that vision that the
Yes.
market is not good, the recession is there. Because you know what, I'm an MCA MCA batch 2008. That was the deep recession year. It was so bad. We did not have any, I would say, companies coming in for placements. Though I came from a reputed institute, so that's okay. At the end of the day, what matters is, uh, how you go ahead. Okay, situation can be different. There were people who were placed in very big companies. Now some of the students have decided to become homemakers. Some of them have changed industry. Some of them coming from IT now working into accounts. So that's okay, it's everybody's journey. And I am really the last person to use any negative adjective. So yes, market is good, it's booming, there are opportunities. And I would proudly and gladly say that the way Dev sir is putting in efforts for Guru Schools, for all of its candidates, and even for the employees, is tremendous. We talk on a regular basis, and I'm pretty much sure that how many conferences he's attending, and so much of opportunities he ensure that we get, and we get exposure to. So don't worry about that part. Okay, we are taking care of it. Okay, so let's start with today's topic. This is for you, Milind, specifically. We have the recordings of earlier topics, and those are being currently worked upon in the background by the other team. So once they are ready, we will share them in the group. Okay, so you can go through that. And this is a typical question. I'm really surprised that you did not ask. So as you can see, this PPT name is week 2, day 2. So the earlier week that you were not with us, those recordings we will provide to you. And yes, you do not miss them. We will again finish the entire portion and come back to those slides. And you are welcome, and rather you are requested to join us till the next, batch, when we will again start with the first track. Okay. So in short, nobody misses anything. Everybody who joins in between, or after the track starts, or maybe after the new batch starts, they also are being covered. Entire portion is covered. Sounds good? Okay.
Yes, that sounds good.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now I'll request you to go on mute. And also one important tip, this is an interactive session. We love when the candidates and all of you are talking. We ensure that everybody's engaged. So please, speak up wherever you want to add something. If you have any doubts, please stop me then and there, and we can get started. Okay, great. So we actually have gone through this particular slide where we learned about the 5 pages of project management. Uh, can I request 5 different people to just read these headings about this phase 1 to phase 5? Go ahead. Any 5 people?
Yeah, phase 1, project initiation.
Thank you. Next phase. Today everybody seems to be a little tired or exhausted, something like that. Yeah,
Phase
guys,
2.
next.
Phase 2.
Mhm. Sorry, we didn't hear you, Suchita.
Phase 2, project planning.
Thank you. Next, please.
Phase 3, project execution.
Yes, thank you. Next phase. Fourth, phase 4. Yes, people who are on mute, go ahead.
Project control.
Okay, thank you. And the last one is
Project closure.
project closure. Thank you so much. So basically we have gone through these, but still we'll brush upon them in the next slide. Let me enlarge this for you. So we like to have a good blend of images along with the theory. As per the memory retention point of view, pictures have a greater impact on our memory. So here, whatever the 5 phases that we just discussed, those are mentioned here: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and control, and closing. Okay, so this is basically a project management process. We have dwelled into it in detail, but still we'll just go again one more time, just like a revision. And for Milind, it's just a basic introduction of this entire process. So yes, may I request someone to start with the first point, project initiating, and what is the sentence below that? Go ahead.
Yeah. Phase 1, project initiating, develops a
Mhm.
project charter based on a business case to ensure success in a project from start.
Absolutely right. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for reading it out. So what are we saying? As we all know, initiating means something that we are starting. Okay, it's a initial thing. It's a beginning of a new project. So what it does? So here it's a very good point mentioned. Develops a project charter. Okay, so anyone here knows what is a project charter? Anyone? Yes, no? Okay. I had, I know, briefly explained that. Let me revise that for you. So, as the name suggests, Project Charter is a document which basically charts down or basically includes all the essential details or components about a project. Okay. So now you may ask, what are those components? Those components are simply what is the purpose of this project? Okay. What is the scope? What is the objective? When I say objective and purpose means with what intention the customer is working on this project. Now, for example, there are some motive behind any development work. Generally, there is. Like, for example, imagine if a university is renovating their website and ensuring that that students can pay online and book the classes or book the courses. So now their intention is to reach out to multiple students across the globe and also smooth the online I would say enrollment process. Okay, there are organizations or customers who are very keen on increasing their sales. That's why they are renovating or revamping their website. So that is their motive is increase in their revenue or standing out against the competitor or anything, right? Some imagine there is some artist or some painter. They want to bring their work to global platform. That's why they want to create a website or application, or they want to have a chat messenger, whatever, so there are multiple ways or multiple motives or scope, not scope, objective for why a project is created. Okay, so these are the main components. Along with that, we have scope. As the word suggests, we know that scope means what should be in the project, what should not be in the project, what are the outlines of the project. Okay, so we should not go beyond this scope for any kind of development. That is like your boundary line, if you have to remember from that point of view. Okay, next is what are the budget, what are the funds allocated for this project, what are the timelines we're looking at, what would be the basic schedule look like. We are not expecting an in detail schedule to follow here day-to-day basis, but the timelines, like, okay, this is a 6-month project, this is a 1-year project, this is a 3-month project, something that will give us some fair idea about the duration of the project. Along with that, who are the stakeholders of the project? Now, stakeholders are the people who are directly and indirectly interested in the projects or who have stake in the project. Okay, so those are, so they are being named like project sponsor, who is a project manager, or in case of Agile, who is a product owner, who is a Scrum Master, and again, who are the sponsorers, who are the outside team members, anything, anybody who is influential or effective enough to be included are generally the senior authority people are mentioned here. Any managing direct, the managing committee member or any director who is involved, their name is listed. Along with that, if you have any known risks, or if you have if you are aware of any known uncertainties, like for example, maybe you are implementing new technology, that particular technology implementation might be a risk or might delay a project, something, anything that you feel can be a risk that can be maintained. And last but not the least, the approval, I would say, requirements. That means whenever we create any document or any project related activities being done, that required a series of approvals. Okay, so whenever, imagine this document, project charter, is being is created by a business analyst. Okay, business analyst BA is working on that. So that first of all, the document is created by the BA name. Okay, I'm just using the titles. I'm not getting into actual name. So BA and dash name. Then that is being approved by your Scrum Master. Then Scrum Master dash name approved by, and then maybe a digital signature or maybe just name. Then approved by product owner. Then approved by delivery manager. Then approved by managing committee member or director. Then approved by a sponsor who is who can be a CTO, CFO, or CEO of the organization, or maybe a departmental head in some of the scenarios, and they are gonna, I would say, sponsor the project. So imagine in project initiation only, we are saying that we would require all these details handy, and and we are saying project charter based on a business case to ensure success in a project from start. So we have to create a project charter as per the business case. Business case basically means the requirements at large. What is the business justification, or what is the business requirement of this project? Like we mentioned, increasing sales, increasing reach out, showcasing your work on a global platform, and attracting customers. It can be anything and everything. Okay, so that is the project initiation stage. Everybody with me on this? Any doubts, guys?
No, no, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. It's more or less a revision, but if you feel like you need further explanation, please ask. Next point is project planning. I don't think we need much explanation, but still I'll request someone to read the sentence below. Go ahead.
Project planning develops a comprehensive project management plan to guide implementation.
Thank you, Suchita. So what are we saying? As the name suggests, project planning, herein we actually plan how to implement the project. Okay. Now, let me give a very simple and very practical example. Imagine you were in school or colleges. Just assume school, because we were all pretty much sincere during the school days. Okay. And you have your exams coming in. Okay. So you just heard your teacher stating that, okay, next month, mid, there will be exam. Okay. So you haven't, I mean, you're not aware about the actual dates, but you got to know that, okay, by second week of July, there will be exams. Okay. So first you did was project initiation. So basically, you just make up your mind that, okay, exam is coming in 30 days, roughly 30 days. And I need to get started on the work, and whatever, you ensure that you have all the books, all the material and all that. Now comes the planning phase. Okay. Now this project we are learning from a student's point of view. So what do you do? So tell me, what was the one thing that I think all of us used to do, but I just want to hear from you. What was the one thing that we used to do before the exam used to start for preparing ourselves?
Yeah.
What was it? I mean, don't tell me only I did that. Yes, you.
Pray.
Sorry.
Pray.
Seriously, Abhishek, that was a good answer. But that was not before the exam. That was actually before the results, because that time you couldn't do anything. So no, praying comes, but that doesn't come before the exam. Generally, it comes before the result. Yeah, along with that, any actual activity that we used to do. Yes, anyone else?
Solve the questions at home.
Sorry,
Solves the
what question?
questions before the examination. We see,
Yes, but then
prepare the,
you're absolutely right.
yeah.
Prepare the questions, right? But then for preparing yourself, what you used to create?
Yeah, we used to create a schedule or a plan basically to make sure that we have everything that we need.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So basic, I was looking at the word called timetable, right? That was the typical word during the school days, timetable or any schedule. So what we used to do, we used to plan. Okay. So roughly I have 30 days, and in school we used to have like 8 to 10 subjects. So imagine if I have 10 subjects and 30 days, then roughly 3 days for a subject. Okay, so if we have 10 chapters or 8 chapters and divide those chapters into 2 days, so at least we used to prepare that schedule with us, right? So that was actually planning. So that is what also we do in real life. In project planning also, we know that, okay, this is our entire project, this is our scope, we have a project charter document, we have our business requirement document, we have all the material ready, we have our resources with us. Okay, we have our timeline. So then how we prepare the plan? So if we have 5 team members and if we have 10 tasks, then just a rough estimation, then they give 2 tasks each to the team members, and for next particular sprint they'll work on that. So same way, the way we used to prepare schedule during our school days, we prepare schedule, I mean, not in the exact same manner, but definitely assuming that, okay, what is the strength that we have, what are the resources that we have, and what are the how many I would say uh, business cases we have, how many requirements we need to work on, what is the scope. So all that is being considered and that is being prepared. Okay, and as per Japanese philosophy, we should be actually spending a lot more time into planning than execution and implementation. Sadly, it doesn't happen that way. But as a project manager, as a former project manager, as a PMO, I have always ensured, or I would say emphasized on having an in detail project plan. Because trust me, if you have a good plan ready, the execution becomes smoother. Okay. So coming back to our actual topic, project management, as a project manager or as a product owner, along with the team, we actually create this project plan. Okay, wherein, okay, for this, imagine if it's a 6 months project, then okay, for first month we'll finish this. No, we should have by this time the designing should be completed. By this time the database corrections and all the data fetching should be ready. By this time the security work has to be completed. So whatever components that you have, those needs to be listed down. And the more detailed and foolproof plan you have with decent buffers, the chances of it being successful will definitely increase. Okay, everybody with me on this project planning? Everybody okay? Any doubts?
Yeah.
Guys, this is very practical, realistic. Yeah, thank you. Next, project executing. Can I request someone who is on mute continuous to read it out, please? Go ahead. Anyone?
The most time-consuming and expensive element of a project where management skills are applied to execute the plan.
Yes, thank you so much, Ajibu. So what are we saying? This is the most time consuming. So in reality, we spend more time in execution than planning anything else. Though I would say it does require more time. It's not an easy or quick fix thing. So whatever we have planned as per our business scope, as per our project guidelines, as per our project requirement, the project plan that we had created, that needs to be executed, that needs to be implemented. Okay, when I say implemented means, like, if you have timelines, by first week we should be we should be implementing this, or we should be completing this much work, then that should be mentioned. By second week we should have completed by this much development, this much testing. So whatever we had executed, that needs to be implemented using management skills. When I say management skills, that means there can be scenario that some of the resources might not be available sometime. There can be a scenario, in case of like extreme weather conditions, maybe cyclones and rains and whatnot, and there can be network connectivity issues, there can be scope creep or scope misunderstanding. Sometimes there can be n number of reasons for anything that might go wrong, or that might not go as per plan. But in that scenario, how do we manage that? Do we, in case of resource crunch, how do we go ahead? Do we hire resource, or borrow resources from other team? Okay, in case, or do we ask the existing team member to stretch, or do we alter the scope for that particular sprint? So there are multiple ways to cope up with any situation. So for that, management skills comes in picture. Okay, so this is the longest running phase wherein you actually start working. This is the time where the grassroots level work actually happens. Development team is working relentlessly. Like programmers are, they're completing their work. They are finishing their programming. Testers are working on the test cases, ensuring that the code, whichever is being developed, is getting passed properly. There are no known or unknown bugs. Security, network security, data security guys are giving their best shot about how things can be foolproof. There should not be any bugs or hacking threat. So all that is happening simultaneously. That's why it is a most time consuming phase. Okay, next point, anyone? Fourth point.
Fourth point is project monitoring and controlling. In this phase,
Mhm.
we manage, assess, and report on project from start to finish.
Yes. So now, as the name suggests, project monitoring and controlling. So in professional setup, it's not only uh, I mean, the scope is not only related to execution or planning. No, we have to closely monitor and control. When I say monitor, monitor means you are looking at the implementation very closely. You're not only looking, you're ensuring that everything is happening as per the schedule on time. In case of I would say emergencies or any situation that might impact your development pace or might impact your delivery, you're stepping in and giving resolutions or giving solutions. So that kind of monitoring and controlling basically means if you think that the budget is going out or anything, any aspect that is going out of control that you need to focus on. It can be timelines, it project is getting stretched, you have to ensure that it doesn't happen. What can be a solution? Do we want more resources to work on the project? Do you want existing resources to be more disciplined or maybe faster in their execution? So yes, we have to look at a project from a point of view that it is not only being worked upon but worked upon effectively, right? So that is most important part. Let me relate that to you, that to our earlier example. During our school days, as we were quite young and not so mature, though we used to prepare a schedule, uh, you know, I mean, I'm not sure how it used to happen with you, but imagine the earlier days, okay, not the secondary school, maybe primary, days. So, any of your parents used to come and look at the schedule, yes or no? Like, okay, this is what a schedule you prepared. What do
Yeah.
you think? What do you remember? Any particular parent, any particular elder sibling, older brothers and sisters used to come and look at your timetable and used to give you suggestions? Yes or
Yes,
no?
yes,
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 that's
yes.
right.
Yes. Yeah. So
Of
that's
course.
so that was actually project monitoring and controlling before the execution.
Yeah.
So even during execution, remember your mother used to come in and ask, "Hey, have you completed that chapter? Is it difficult? Do you need help?" Or your
Yeah.
father is to come and ask you, have you done your studies for the day? Are you done with your whatever maths questions or maybe history chapters? Yeah, yeah, just some couple of questions here and there, but they used to ensure that at least one person is asking you that question.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
So that was actually project monitoring and controlling during execution phase. So they were there as seniors, as your guide, as your parents. When you prepared the plan, where while even working, while you're studying, they were ensuring that there is proper speed. You are not lagging behind. You're as per your schedule, and if you needed any help, any clarification, they were there. So trust me, guys. Whenever we talk about any professional, I would say concept, those are very much applicable to personal life, real life as well. Okay, this project that we are talking about creating a website, creating a web application, creating any chat messengers, anything that might be software related is same and similarly applicable to any project that you work in real life. That can be renovating your home or building a home or house from a scratch, or maybe creating a furniture, any activity or any long term project that you take on, these phases are applicable to that project as well. Okay. So last but not the least, one of the most important and generally not given much importance, that phase is, anyone? Last phase, who wants to speak?
Project closing. Bring
Yes,
all project outcomes to formal closure and release team members.
yes. Thank you so much. So what are we saying that when we say project is being closed or project in a closure state or project in a closure phase, we are saying that, okay, all the project related activities or resources, they should be set free. Like when I say resources, that means all the employees that you work that those are working in your project, though those should be tagged off from your project. That means they have worked and now they are available for any other project. Resources means any servers, any particular MacBook, or any particular machines that you're using for the project, that has to be released because the project is completed, it is handed over to the customer, and release team members means, yeah, that's what we discussed. And most important thing which is not mentioned here is always create a project closure document. Okay, it's sadly it is not given much importance, but it's a very important document wherein as a team members, as a senior team members, we jot down or we mention the challenges that those were being faced. What are the solutions that we come up with to actually encounter, to face or resolve those challenges? What are the learnings from the project? So what it does is it actually helps the upcoming projects which are on the similar lines to work effectively. Like, it's basically a learning from the current project. So you learn, whatever you understand, you take it forward and it is helpful for the others or, upcoming team members who want to work on similar projects. Yes. Now, guys, any doubts in these 5 phases? We have gone in detail and quite slow. I hope that helps. So any doubt, anyone in these 5 phases?
No doubt.
No doubt. Everybody good? Thank you. Thank you so much. So now we will be learning in detail about different project management knowledge areas. I'm not sure if this is visible for you. Let me enlarge. Is the image visible for all of you?
Yes, yes. Now it's
Yes.
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 Now
Okay. So can we start with this? And I really want everyone to unmute and read these one knowledge areas because we will be learning them in detail in the next sessions. Yes. Go ahead with project scope management. Next is, go ahead, anyone?
Project time management.
Perfect. Next.
Project cost management.
Right.
project
Yes.
quality management.
Right. Thank you. Next.
Project HR
Next one.
management.
Right. Thank you. Next.
Project communication management.
Mm-hmm.
Project
Next
risk
point.
management.
Okay. Thank you.
Project
Next.
procurement management.
Procurement management. Yes. Next.
Project stakeholder management.
Yes. And last but not the least.
Project
Project-
integration management.
Yes. And these are all in detail or parts, or these are the different areas of project management. Okay, we will be learning them in detail. Now, looking at the time, let me see. Gaurav, yeah, I think Gaurav had joined. Gaurav did join, right? Give me a
Yeah,
second,
I'm there.
guys.
I'm there. Prerna,
Okay,
can you hear
okay,
me?
yes. Yeah, it's your name. I generally have a habit of looking at training. Yes. So, Gaurav, would you like to continue? I think you may have to
Yeah,
start
sure.
from the next
Sure.
slide. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
No,
Over to you.
can
Thank you so
can
much,
I
guys.
continue from here?
Yeah, you can. But this is
Okay,
the last
sure.
slide. Then
Yeah,
you'll have to go to
sure.
the.
I'll go ahead
Okay.
from here. I'll
Should I stop
share.
share?
Yes, please. I'll continue to screen share. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. By the way, before I continue, anyone here for the first time? It's your day one or something? Milind, Vikas?
Yes, Gaurav. Yes.
Okay. So have we taken their quick introduction?
Yes. Milind, it's Milind's first day, and we just had a brief chat about it. Yes.
Okay, okay.
He's from,
Vikas
just a note,
from,
he's from hospitality management with 10
okay,
plus years of experience. So
cool,
that
cool.
adds to our yes,
Nice.
knowledge base.
And Vikas from past batch? Yes.
Yes, I guess so. The class is on
Okay.
mute. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Vikas. Okay. After a long time you have joined, I guess, right?
Yes, I guess. Yes.
Okay, all right. So, guys, when we were learning about project knowledge areas, I want to know that any one of you had the past background already about project management knowledge areas, because we are going to go bit deeper into it, not much deeper, so that you will get the understanding what exactly it is. Anyone here with the fair idea, basic idea, or normal idea about it? Anyone? You can say no if you don't have any
Yes,
idea.
yes.
Okay,
I
Ajibu,
have,
you have.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So when we were looking at a business analysis concept prior to project management, when we transition, we touched a point where we learned about the basics of business analyst, and there we learned that um, for business analysis, there is a body to which we call it as a BA BOC. Anyone remember that? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah, BA BOC. This is BA BOC is what it is? BA BOC full form. Who can give it to me?
Business analyst,
Knowledge,
body of knowledge.
body of knowledge.
Absolutely
Yeah.
right, Abhishek. Yeah, thank you, Jigvi. Thank you, Abhishek. Yeah, you are right. So, BA BOC is a support system, it's an institution for business analysts who support the entire business analyst community and business analysis processes since 2004 when they were, established in Toronto. Okay, and they published one guide to which we name it we know it as the name of BA BOC guide only. Okay, likewise we have project management support system as well, and there is a body of knowledge for this, and they also published the guide with the name of, anyone have idea what is the name of the body of knowledge name or the guide which project management institution had published? Any idea?
PMBOK.
Yes, this is PMBOK, Product Management Body of Knowledge. Okay, now BA has which version? They have a 3.0 version. Okay, this is the latest version. Likewise, PMBOK guides version is always changing. This is PMBOK Project Management Body of Knowledge, and this is the guide for project managers. So PMBOK's guide is always changing. And what is the current version? Who knows that? Any idea?
7.
Yes, absolutely right. This is the PM Box 7.0. But what you are looking at here, there are how many knowledge areas? 10 knowledge areas. How many? These
10.
are 10
10.
knowledge
Yeah.
areas, and that talks in project management body of knowledge guide. Okay. Now, this knowledge area has been changed. Okay. Recently, the moment PMBOK has adopted much more thing from Agile. Okay. So earlier it was full guided by, waterfall model, and of course it was following everything as per SDLC, much more inspired by waterfall. But now when it has acquired the leadership approach and all everything from Agile, in PM Box 7 you will get to see some of the changes. Those changes, now 10 knowledge areas has been transitioned and translated into 10 sorry 12 principles, 12 principles and 8 performance domain. How many principles?
12.
12 principles and how many
8.
performance domains?
8. 8.
8. 8. So even we will be looking at these principle more in detail. But for now, of course, the way Prerna has taught you everything, all the 5 phases beautifully, as well as she just touched point these. Why? Because the transition has already happened in PM Box 7 that we are going to learn into detail. But for now, you understand what is here project integration management. So what it coordinates about? It coordinates all the aspects of project, including planning, execution, and monitoring that you learned in the 5 phases. Okay? With me so far, say yes if you understood what I said. Yeah?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for your answers. Now and this is the first knowledge area and the project scope management. So what it will be talking? So it will be defining. And what it will be defining? Defining and managing project scope, for which scope creep things you were learning today. Okay. Prerna also mentioned about the scope creep in her teaching today. And this project scope include requirement, deliverable, and all the changes that comes from customer. Comes from whom?
Customer.
Customer. Yeah. And as a project manager, you need to learn this knowledge area as well, which is time management. So what it develops? So this not only develops, it also control the project schedule, roadmap, okay, including every single task and sequence, and also it takes care of the resource allocation too, based on the time. With me so far? Yes,
Yes.
no?
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic. Now, what is cost management over here? It does. So it has to continue to do with establishment and control the budget part, project budget. Okay. So it also include the estimation, budgeting, and cost control part. So these things you learn generally in the project cost management. Then comes project quality management. So what quality management does? So this ensure the project, whether project meet all the quality standard or not, including the planning, again the assurance, assurity, and control. And for that they may have the quality gates. Okay, quality gates document. In fact, what you learned here means when you will go back to the previous slide, okay, over here, okay, there you will see what every single phase has gotten their multiple documents. Did you see here? In the initiation phase, these were the document. In the
Yeah.
planning phase, these are the
Yes.
documents. In the execution phase, these are the document. These are the document in control and the closure. With me so far? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So you have seen that already. Now, after quality, what exactly happens? Which one is very important? And this is quite important. This is project risk HR management.
HR.
Okay, which we call it as a resource management as well. So they plans, or what they do, they plan, organize, and manage the project resources, including the team members, living, non-living, vendors, and stakeholders as well. So mostly living, if I would say, all vendor where the things has been outsourced, of course, the stakeholders and team members as well. Whenever means scope creep happens and everything is nothing is in your favor, and only the choice is to move to the uh, add the new capacity into the team as a team member, where you as a project manager will reach out, you will reach out to the resource manager. Yes, no? With me so
Yes.
far? Yep. Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks for response. Now comes the communication management. So what is the purpose behind this? The purpose behind this is to coordinate and control stakeholder engagement, communication, and also information exchange. For that, we have the various tools. In fact, like documents on every for every knowledge area, we have multiple tools also. Okay, so for communication, we have multiple communication tools and communication channels. And for risk management, so risk management, this identifies, not just identifies, also assesses and mitigates any project risk is there or not, including risk planning, identification, analysis, and responses. And that can become visible from the day one of the requirement. More you go in the detail along with the entire team member when you are holding the internal review, and there you can foresee more risk, and you can from there start getting into risk management. So most of the company, they deal with one common document like risk register. So they maintain and make sure that becomes transparent and is shared, so that any project which foresee any sort of resource, they have either they approach is to with to resolve or own, or also accept or mitigate. If anything they can do, they do it during the management of the all the risk, because risk is obvious when you are doing any activity, when you are building product, when you are building services, always risk are there, and you have to plan accordingly looking at the risk. Are you understanding, everyone? Pritanjali, Vikas, Suchita,
Yes.
Abhishek,
Gaurav.
Yes.
Ajibu, yeah, Milind as well. Yeah, thank you. Cool. Now, here it comes along with the risk management, the procurement management as well. So procurement management has to do with, I mean, it can manage all the procurement process under this. Okay, there will be the project manager specialized into procurement management. Okay, so they just not only manage the procurement process, but also include the planning, solicitate, contract administration. Of course, they also look at the closer, because whatever you have procured or through the contract can be released accordingly. Okay, then comes the project stakeholder management, very crucial. Okay, why crucial? Because uh, this identifies, analyze, and responds to all the stakeholders' needs, their expectation, or any concern if they have. So these are the framework. These knowledge areas provide a framework for project managers, and accordingly they plan, execute, and deliver the successful projects. And thereby, if you look at these project management knowledge areas, these used to stand tall as a pillars in the project management body of knowledge. With me so far, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes.
We went a little bit more
Yes.
deeper into it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now let's transition. So we are transitioning, as I said, that principle to how many principle I said? Who remember that? With the PM Box 7, how many principles?
12.
12.
Well,
So let's look at, yeah, thank you. Thank you for answers. So we will look at those 12 principles one by one, as well as 8 performance domains. Okay. So let's look at it here. Did you see the um, flipped slide in front of you? The
Yes.
principle of project management, what it talks? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Let me maximize that so that it becomes more readable. Is it more readable to you all?
Yes.
Okay. So in your project management body of knowledge 7.0, if you'll open, you will see as a 1.1, figure 1.1. It has been shrimped from there, looks like. Yeah. So, principle of project management. I want everyone to go one by one reading this 12 principle. Okay. So, let's start from one. And before you go ahead, guys, I want to really tell that because you are getting entry towards agile project management now, because the moment it is talking about principle or say PM Box 7, it becomes what type of project management? What type of
Agile.
agile project management?
Agile.
Yeah. So before we do with the agile project management, agile comes with one very strong principle and structure of the team, to which we call it as a self-managed team. What sort of team?
Self-managed team.
Yeah, self-managed team, or there is another used to be a word before latest Scrum guide, there used to be a word to which we used to call it as a self-organized team. What used to become
Organized.
organized was the word. So what do you think? What is the meaning behind self-organized or self-managed? Any idea?
Strong
What comes?
collaboration,
Okay, strong collaboration. What else?
constant feedback,
Okay, constant feedback. Okay.
They don't
Anything
need to
else?
continuous
be
improvement.
yeah, they don't need to be micromanaged, or they don't need a
Ye-
project manager.
Yeah, they don't need to be micromanaged, though they don't need as such a project manager. What else?
They are highly motivated.
They are highly motivated in a way that they are always self-organized and self-managed. What exactly this mean? What comes in your mind the moment you hear these two words, self-managed or self-organized?
Under the
When we
budget
say,
with a
yeah,
specific time frame.
come again, Milan, what did you say?
Under the budget with a specific time frame mentioned.
Okay, under the budget in specific time frame. Okay, so this is more or less talking about team. Talking about whom?
Team.
Team and team members. Okay,
Right,
so
right.
if we are talking about team and team members, the traits they need to hold is what? Self-management and self-organizing. Okay, so when you see self-managing team member or self-organizing team member, what all traits are hidden beneath this? What all traits you can foresee or detect of a team member? Let's not talk about what don't happen with them, what does not happen with them, but talk what do they do, how do they project themselves, how they should.
Yeah, they are diligent and they're knowledgeable.
They are knowledgeable, and that's the reason they are part of this you know multi-distributed team, to which we call it as a cross-functional, as an expert. What else? Self-management team or organized team will project the um, project the traits, virtues in them. You don't need to borrow any words from here. Okay, you don't need to, but you can definitely think deeper and tell me what comes in your mind when it comes to self-managed. Anyone wants to try? Suchita, Pritanjali, Vikas.
They are adaptable, receptive to feedback,
Brilliant. So they are adaptable, they are open to feedback. What else?
continuously learning and evolving,
Okay, they are learning, evolving. What else? Their highest value, because now considering the time, we have we have paused for a good amount of time and look at it. When we say self-managed or self-organized team, do we also detect that they are self-accountable? Yeah. Yes or no?
Self-motivated.
They are self-motivated and they take ownership. Can they take ownership?
Yes, they
Yes or
can.
no?
Yes, they
They
can.
take
Yes, yes.
ownership, they take initiative. Yeah. Ownership, initiative, accountability. These are the few things we can detect from self-managing and organizing team.
Yeah,
yes,
Yes, yes, sure.
So you as a project manager not only imbibe this quality in your team, but also you have to lead by the example. Do you understand the word lead by the example?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
You have to also embrace this quality in you. Yes or no?
yes.
Yeah.
Leadership.
And where you are going to practice these traits? Once you get placed there or well beforehand?
Yes,
well
Okay,
beforehand.
where? Well
Well
beforehand.
beforehand.
And where you can foresee the opportunity? Wherever is possible. Right? Yes or no?
yes, yes,
So do you see such opportunity over in the training itself? Can you foresee?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, you
Yes.
can. You can detect Okay, where is the opportunity? Grab it and go. Okay, now let me see whether you have understood it or not. Okay, now I would like to invite one person, one by one, to read one cell and continue to go on. Everyone.
Be a diligent, respectful, and caring steward.
Okay, thank you, Abhishek, for reading. We will get into the details of it because we are further opening every single principle and then we are diving deep into that. Okay, fine. Thank you, Abhishek. Next, who is the one?
Create a
Create a
collaborative
collaborative. Okay.
team
Yeah.
environment.
Okay, Milan says create a collaborative team environment. Okay, so before even we talk about collaboration, we understand we need to be engaging with each other, right? Like just now you started showcasing your engagement. Okay, you yourself is coming up and understanding this. You are collaborating. The moment you saw that two-person started reading, already one person gradually minimizes the voice too. How beautiful it is. Okay, did someone tell you to do that? No, it is by default understood. Okay, this showcase the care. Okay, so you are evolving, you are showcasing those all traits one by one. Okay, when we say steward and caring, almost it talks about the same, diligent and respectful. Okay, that you could see in the second trait as well. So these traits are integrated, you are going to look at it. Okay, so now I would like to invite someone else other than Milind and Abhishek to read the third one. Go ahead.
Effectively engage with stakeholders.
Right. So I have given the best idea, I think, in the past. Not sure. Uh, Effective engagement with the stakeholder is the highly demanded attribute. Why highly demanded attribute? When we talk about stakeholder, who is the means, highly contributed stakeholder to which we can quote them as
Customer. Client.
customer? Yes, customer. And imagine yourself being a customer. Okay, you approaching to certain services or for buying certain product. Okay, and there the owner comes up or the attendant comes in. Imagine yourself getting into any grocery store or any mall, and there you are just browsing through window shopping and would like to inquire about something, but you are not getting any attention from any attendant. Okay, so you try to figure it out by your own self. But when any attendant comes in, he takes care of you and he continues to engage with you and continues to support, do you feel more enabled or not? Do you for do you feel more enabled? Yes or less
Yes.
Yes, I
enabled?
do.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
More enabled or less enabled?
More.
More
More
in
enabled.
More enabled. Yes, more enabled. And imagine yourself leading your team with this approach of effective engagement with the stakeholder where you are interacting with them, but at the same time you are so much caring that you seek that how frequent you need to give the feedback, how frequent you want us to engage with yourself. What you are doing with that, you are just taking the feedback from them and getting into non-verbal consent, that is it okay if I come and help you. So you are not just helping or engaging with them without permission. So even to engage with them, you have the consent and the permission already granted that we are going to engage
Engage.
with the frequency of time, right?
Yes.
So you are entering into their territory, they are coming to your territory, you are conversing with each other based on subtle agreement that how frequent the feedback loop has to be there. With me so far? Yes.
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 So frequency is being decided with the consent of customer. Consent of whom, everyone?
Customer.
Customer. Okay, now, so when customer gave you the liberty on the feedback loop, now comes in your approach as a customer. sorry, as a vendor or solution provider, just imagine yourself for a second in place of attendant. Your focus will be where? On what?
Value,
Value.
Value.
value,
Provide as much, yes, you are right, thank you, provide as much value as possible. Okay, then what comes? I want someone to read the fifth cell. Please go ahead, who has not read yet. Go ahead.
recognize, evaluate,
No,
and
no, no, no,
respond
no,
to.
Ajibu, you have already read. I want to invite someone, new person, to read this, other than Abhishek, Ajibu, and Milind. See, we are not only just reading, we are
We-
also imbibing what? The detected quality of from the self-organized team or self-managed team. Suchita, you were trying to read. Please go
Yeah.
ahead.
Recognize, evaluate, and a response to system in interaction.
Interaction. Yeah.
Interaction.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. So see, when we are talking about the system, when it comes to software, software is made of multiple component and multiple modules. Multiple what, everyone?
Components
Software
and
is
modules.
yeah,
Components and
component and
modules.
module. Absolutely right. And together we call them as a system. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So everywhere, see, for me, you guys are system. Okay. And everyone who is behind, keeping quiet, silent, mute, not responding, such system will work. A module, software, not responding to the
no.
action. The obvious answer is no. Okay. So even one person is thinking that they won't participate, that is true indication to the system collapse. Would you like the system to collapse?
No.
No, absolutely not. If you think that you are just being present over here and the system will function by itself,
But
it won't until you participate. Your participation is equally important. Are you able to relate, everyone? Yes,
yes.
no?
Yes.
Yes.
Brilliant. So respond to system interaction, respond to every interaction. You see the integrity over here. What do you see?
Integrating.
Yeah. With this, we are not just learning project management, we are also learning certain lingos, which we are going to reuse in the upcoming slides. Okay. So now, what happens? Everyone is responsible to demonstrate what? I want someone to read this cell first, then I go into it. Go ahead after Suchita, Milind, after Suchita, Abhishek, Ajibu, Milind, who else?
Demonstrate leadership behaviors.
Exactly. Demonstrate leadership behavior. So when you see ownership is tagged with this, when you say demonstrate leadership behavior means you are owning it. Okay. You are leading it and you are executing it. Simple. So when you are responsive, when you are taking care of the entire system, you will make sure that you like. I would like to here take the example of Ajibu. Ajibu has intention, it's wonderful intention he has. So the moment he says that, okay, response time goes higher from the participants, for I think he would like to, he wants to save the time. Okay. And that's the reason he pitches in. He says that no one is reading, no one is participating. Okay, I can leverage this time, I can utilize this time. Okay, why to let this time waste him? Okay. And he comes forward and he volunteers himself. I must appreciate this approach from him. But the same thing everyone can learn. Yes or no? Do you agree? Simple example, but everyone can imbibe these quality. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
See, this is not just limited to reading. This is also a leadership approach. Why I'm sharing this word? Because human behavior and quality tells that how you do anything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do
Everything.
Everything.
everything. If you can project and demonstrate the quality over here, it becomes your by default nature to showcase the same quality everywhere. To showcase this quality where?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Now I would like someone else who has not read yet to read this cell. Go ahead, go ahead. Who is remaining? Suchita is done. Who is remaining? Do you have any reason to not to participate? Okay, so agile. Okay, now one more thing. Now, when it is self-organized team and self-managed team, okay, and you see here, everyone is projecting their quality of ownership, being courageous, coming forward, volunteering, participating, showing leadership and ownership. What happens if someone person maybe smart enough, okay, sitting quiet, observing everything, not feel like participating? He may not participate in one delivery of the project or one part of the delivery of the project, second part of the delivery of the project. Do you think that management is not looking at him? What do you think?
Yeah,
Do you
that's right.
think he is being observed? Yeah.
Yes.
And if his participation is low, what further may happen? Why we have hired him in the specially critical project just to deliver with everyone's involvement, and that's the reason comes the entire team is with full of the expert. If he is not able to contribute his expertise into the project, what may happen? See, these things you are learning because you are being self coached to be aware of do's and don'ts once you get placed. And in case you are already learning, you can think that how I can relate with the current job. So what happens if this person is not non-responsive in the multiple delivery of the project? What may happen? Tell. Think.
Layoff.
Yeah, you were quite direct, Ajibu. Yeah. If you are not participating, if you are not engaging, if you are not responding, it means that you are not utilizing the floor, you are not able to contribute. The manager may do one to one, may flash the current scenario in front of you, may seek the reason why you are not responsive. Okay, and still if he is not responsive, can't wait more because this is the time muted is time gone. Okay, it's time wasted, and then you may get the pink card. Okay, and you will have to leave. So always be careful. Never get into this situation, never attract this situation, never invite this situation, and never perform like this in any situation. With me so far, are you guys learning something? Also do's and
Yes.
don'ts? Yeah?
Yes.
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 Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Now I would like someone to read. So Vikas, may I request you to read? You there?
Demonstrate leadership behaviors.
Okay, and could you also read the another one?
Taylor.
Tailor based on context.
Tailor based on context. What is your take on this? Because these are the self-explaining. So could you please tell? I know that you have already IT background. Could you please explain these two?
See, every situation will be different. Every project
Mhm.
situation will be different, and the client will be different. The project will be different. The organizations will be different. So you have to understand in the environment in which you are operating. You are performing that project as a project manager, right? It could be simple waterfall methodology. It could be agile methodology. It could be Gates methodology. It could be, you could have been taking that project from the start or from the middle. You are replacing someone. So there are multiple factors which comes into project when you work as a project manager in any organization. You need to understand where exactly your standing is, right? In what context you are operating. So that is the number one thing. If you do not understand the context, you will not be able to understand what exactly is going on and how to proceed. So
Right.
understanding the context, even the political environment within the organization, that you need to understand, right? To whom to speak, how, that you need to understand, right? So those all things need to be very carefully, observed and understand. So those
Okay.
are the context. Okay.
Yes. So, because can you tell me how generally one can identify the context of in any project when it is starting? What they need to do to understand the context?
Yeah. So the context, if you are already there in that organization for a long time, so it will be a repeatable one. It will not be a very, everything will be not very new. You will know the people, you will know the resources, you will know the framework in which the company is operating and all those things. But if you're a new, then it will take some time, and that comes from the, observing and taking, notes from
Okay.
interacting of the
Okay.
people, all those kind of things.
Okay. Okay,
So the
Vikas. Thank you so
context
much,
actually
Vikas.
comes from the project. If you look into the project, the context will come from the project charter, right?
Okay.
What
Okay.
exactly,
Yes.
right?
Thank you,
So
Vikas, for speaking up. So yeah, so based on the time, I really thank you for coming up and sharing your understanding. Yeah. So now pay very close attention. This is highly important, and that's the reason I asked Vikas to talk about on this topic, which is context. Until unless you don't understand the context, this will fail. What will fail? What will
This will
fail?
fill. This will fill.
This
Tailor
tailor
based.
based tailor based
Tailor
creation will
this.
fail.
Yes.
Okay, why it will fail? Because you have no clarity on the context. When we are talking about the context is not something you document. Just context is what? Helps you to understand the why. Helps you to understand what? Why of customer.
Wow.
If customer wants something, if you understand why exactly he wants, it will be simply easy for you to develop and develop and deliver the customer's requirement. Okay, so it is said that when why becomes visible, how becomes stronger. Okay, when why is stronger, how becomes easier. Okay, so you need to, that's the reason, understand the why. When you understand the why, you will also understand customers vision, customers goals, customers purpose, and customers objective. When I say objective is immediate, what exactly customer is looking for, why is looking for, and to fulfill such objective, what values and principle customer follow. Now what I am going to tell you here is quite very important. You need to listen very closely. It means that you understanding customers context, yes or no? Yes, you
Yes.
Yes.
align with customers values and principle. Yes,
Yes.
then only you develop and fulfill their requirement the way they want, and the way they want, to which we call it as a tailor based. Okay, now what happens is that when you understand their value and principle, but when you don't practice it, would you deliver what exactly they wanted? For that, you need to get into their shoes, you need to practice it, you need to align their values and principle with the vendor's values and principle for which organization you are working, because ultimately you are being paid by the organization or the vendor. Okay, and you have to respect those values. So what do you do here? You align the values and principle from the customer, as well as you are contributing, and you are an agilist, or say for example, whatever the framework or methodology you are following, you will align your way of work with those methodologies. Say for example, if it is what do you call, if it is agile, you will align with that. If it is lean, you will align with that. If it's scaled agile, you will align with that. If it is only scrum, you will align with that. If it is kanban, you are aligned with that. So these are various types of framework. Just now I spoke. Okay, you will align with whatever the practice is going on. Not only that, listen very closely. No one tells you and no one identifies this is the personal value approaches and principle. Okay, personal principle outcome. No one detects this, and no one integrates with the customer's value system or customer's context. Now, when you align these all things together right in front of you and map well, to which we call it as a value mapping. What we call it as?
Value mapping.
Value map.
Value mapping. And for these value mapping or value streams, you are going to learn in Scaled Agile whenever we are going to talk about. Okay, various value system. With me so far? Or value streams? Say yes if you understood what exactly I said just now.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Super. Now, it says further, build quality into processes and deliverables. So not only you are focusing on the objective and you will think that at the end, okay, imagine yourself having a cake or imagine yourself having a softie. You all understand the softie? You
Yes.
understand this? Yeah. The softie,
Yes.
whenever first time you have the first bite, you feel like delighted. Okay. You feel you are in heaven. Okay. The test you loved like that. Okay. So what they did, the first experience you had, the delighter experience on the top of the touch point of the product or the software. Okay, the moment customer takes in hand, he is completely delighted. Now, before ending, before the finishing line, before the even the softie ends, okay, what happens? You may feel another experience with the crunchy ends, okay, of the softie, and again that gives you the delighter experience. But in between, what you did? You carpeted everything, all the garbage you carpeted. Sorry for using this word, but generally some product or some services, they do like that. Top and bottoms are highly attractive, but in between there is no value. Okay, so when it says that build quality in processes and deliverables, it means that in every system, every module, in every component, and with every touch point and with every interaction, integration, even if it comes to the APIs. Okay, when we are talking about APIs is a can be one utility that helps two channels to communicate each other in terms of software. With me so far, everyone? Understanding? It's a
Yes.
communicator.
Yes.
Think of API as a communicator, okay, between two channels. Okay, channel, say for example, what happens is that I integrated, just for example, I integrated an AI voice over here. Okay, think of in this way, AI voice in this. Now what has happened is that there is one API also I installed. Okay, what this API does is that this API will talk to some stock images provider. Say for example, there is a stock image storage is Perplex or not Perplex, or say this is directly okay, this is directly talking to hygiene, or there is another utility, another AI tool, say for example, Midjourney. It is talking to Midjourney. Okay. So what I am going to do is that whatever I am speaking, I will just click this tool, this AI tool. The moment I'll click this AI tool will do that. It will fire some query to Midjourney. Okay. Create some, in a fraction of a second, create some images and brings back to this PowerPoint and flashes over here, whatever I'm speaking. How does it would be? How advanced and new it would be? Won't it make this interaction more live, more vivid? Yes or no? Are you
Yes.
understanding what I said just now? Did you understand what I said just now? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, can you
Yeah?
please repeat once again?
Okay, so what I said that, imagine when I am explaining this and I thought of creating an AI approach, and that I integrated over here. Say for example, this is the text button, okay, text area, and here there is a mic, okay, and these mic has in the back end integration with an API. API integrates with Midjourney, is one of the another AI tool. Whatever I'm speaking, okay, that jargons, when I click onto it, this listens, translate over here, enters into the API talk to mid journey and grab the visuals, okay, and simply download on this area. It simply downloads in this area and flashes you the object or visual or whatever I spoke. How the interaction would be? Won't it be high quality premium? Yes or no? Whatever I am speaking, that is getting
Yes.
flashed over here. And what tool help? Just one AI, one API, and the third party mid journey. Yes or no? And this idea just now
Yes.
came in front of you while talking to you. Okay. And I am very much moved by that. I will see that if something happens. So there would be any market, there would be multiple tools in the market. It's not what you think is always new. Sometime you might have experience somewhere, and that's the reason you are able to tell. Okay. So this is from there. So what exactly has happened? I could go ahead, and if I have the fund, I have the liberty, and I could integrate such tool over here. Imagine how wonderful this teaching style would be. What I am putting it here, I am putting quality into this, high premium quality. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is how you can think of. Then navigate complexity. Every single time you understand the complexity of the tool software, okay? And when you understand the complexity, you can optimize the risk, okay? You can respond to those risks, you can mitigate those risks well in advance, and then you drive the entire project with the adaptability and resiliency and enable change to achieve the envisioned future state. See, everything is integrated and in flow with each other. Did you also notice that? All the 12 principles? Yes or no? See,
Yes.
see, these things comes when it comes to customer and vendor relationship. These has to be obvious, but these are a flow. These are the experience in a flow. But just to detect them as a singular milestone, we have given certain cells and certain name to it. But this is by default journey. If you look at with a very closed look very closely with the customer relationship, okay, when customer or software delivery or anything else, when you see at the how it has been designed, the customers, how it is customer centric, okay, we are going to learn these all things more in detail when we are touching the end of the project, this entire track, when it comes to scaled agile and all. Any questions so far, guys? This is a more philosophical, I would say, not yet touched the but PM box 7 more talks about such way, more leadership, that you may sound like, okay, more motivating thing, but no, it is talking to you from the ground, okay, and thereby it wants you to know those experiences, why people fail, why customer does not get retained, and all those things. So looking at time, I think I have over in 5 minutes. Any question so far? Any question? If no question, a
No.
quick one word that I would like to see from you and hear from you. Milind, it was your day one. What do you feel like saying?
So, like, I have learned few new terminologies as well.
Mhm, mhm,
Since I am from the hospitality background and I haven't done any project, but I
mm,
think so it will be like means I am trying to relate what could have means like I have missed the older part or older the chapters, but I believe
mm,
like if you can share the recordings with me so that I can quickly line up with whatever is going right now and can
mm.
adapt to the new changes whatever I am learning and so that I can relate with them.
Right, Milind. Wonderful that you are able to leverage what you learned today. Okay. Thank you so much, Milind, for sharing that. Let's hear from Abhishek. Abhishek, one word that comes in your mind after today's learning.
Yeah, it was very informative and helpful.
Informative. Thank you. Informative and helpful. Let's hear from Suchita. Suchita, what do you feel
Yes.
like saying? One word.
It was helpful and very good. But I
Helpful
need,
is the word.
yeah, and I need recording.
Okay, you need recording. Everyone will get the
Yes,
recording.
yes,
Yeah, so
yes,
that will
yes.
be provided to you. Thank you so much. Let's hear from Pritanjali. Pritanjali, one word that comes in your mind.
Outstanding class, Gaurav. Really, you taught us like each and every word's meaning. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Gaurav and Prerna.
Thank you, Pritanjali. Appreciate your words. Let's hear from Ajibu. Ajibu, what do you feel like saying? One word that comes in your mind.
Detailed.
Detailed. Thank you so much, Ajibu. Appreciate that. Because I know you are repeating. What do you feel like saying? One word that comes in your mind.
Informative. Gaurav.
Informative. Yeah. Thank you, Vikas. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing up, staying till the end, and I wish you good night sleep. So enjoy rest of your night in peace and relax. Thank you so much. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Gaurav.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.